Everybody, FreedomAndForgiven here. I got Rita with me today. We're going over the personality of a military macaw as a companion pet. Now, Rita doesn't have the normal military macaw personality. She is a rescue, so she's been through some trauma. She's had a hard life, but she does retain some of the typical military macaw personality traits. Now, military macaws, I do have a special spot for them. I always wanted one since the first time I saw one. First time I ever saw a macaw in person, I was 19. I went to the exotic pet shop down the street from my apartment and was getting pinkies to feed my boas and my pythons. And they had this beautiful bird just hanging out, just chilling. And had no idea what it was. And it ended up being a military macaw. Oh, yes, she's giving kisses. Oh, no, well. She likes giving kisses. And ended up, I found out how much they cost, and figured at that point, no point in my life would I ever be able to afford one of these amazing birds. So, I've always had a special sweet spot for militaries. Now, militaries are considered the most intelligent out of the macaws. That is one of the reasons you see them in so many shows, pet shows, magicians. A lot of them, you see the majority of the time the macaws trained are military. They thrive on the learning and training. They thrive on learning and the stimulation. They love puzzles, they love puzzle games, they love playing. They are not as goofy and silly as blue and golds. They're not big old clowns like that. They are more, I look at more as matriarchs. They like to observe, and they're passionate. They love attention, they love their flock, even though they don't always get along with them. An example, stuff that's happened in Rita's past, she's terrified of women, but she still wants to be around my wife and watch TV with my wife, even though she's a negative side of the flock. So they are very observant, and they like to see what's going on and just see and watch. I will say every military I've known has been very mouthy. They like to chew on you, and not in a mean way. And it can be painful at times because they get excited, they start chewing a little too hard. But I've yet to meet a military that didn't like chewing on fingers and ears, just for the fun of it. Now, they are, out of my experience, the least talkative out of large macaws, and the least vocal. Our Goff and Cockatoo is actually more vocal than Rita. They have the smallest vocabularies, so if you're gung-ho about having a macaw that talks and says all this crazy stuff, it's not common in militaries to have a large vocabulary or large talking ability. Which, if the main reason you're wanting a parent is because of how they talk, you don't need to be getting one. That's not the reason to get one. Not maybe. So they are. A lot of people don't realize the coloration. She's got pin feathers right now. She's molting. But military macaws they're not as popular because a lot of people they think they're all green, where her down is on her front, where she's plucked is actually be all green, but in between the shoulders, I know, you're not going to show it. Their back is bright blue. You can see the tails, red, blue, purple, yellow. Underneath the wings is actually bright yellow. So they're actually very, very colorful birds. It's just they're not given a lot of credit. And they also have very cool, laid-back personalities. Like I said, they're very observant. They like to just hang out and just see what's going on and just watch everything around. They're very laid back. which is great. You know, I can hang out with her all day and not have to worry about my glasses getting destroyed or holes in my shirt unless I'm eating a croissant and I don't give her a part of the croissant and then she tears my shirt apart. You know, I take her to the studio more than the other birds because she just hangs out. She doesn't try and attack the keyboard, attack the guitar, attack my phone, stuff like that, like our other Macs or cockatoo. So they are very laid back, easygoing, you know, personality, but they also are very observant. It makes them they're a good family pet if done right. It's like any intelligent animal. You know, I love dogs. My lab mix is actually right over here, right next to me. So don't think I have anything against dogs or cats or anything like that. But, oh, sorry, I bumped your tail. Birds are extremely intelligent. You're looking at the intelligence of a 3-year-old. 2 to 3-year-old, depending on the species. You're dealing with a highly intellectual creature with feelings and emotions that will communicate with you. So it's not just like having a dog, having a cat. There's a lot more that goes into a parrot than a lot of these other pets, and that's why they're actually called companions, not pets. They can be good family pets. It just takes some work. You have to make sure you educate yourself, your family, all those. But they are great birds. Hi, baby. They're beautiful. They have beautiful colors, yes. And just the stuff they can pick up, and they will teach themselves, and how they will develop games and play puzzles with stuff, and how they learn how to pick their food and door locks from the inside of their cage and then let themselves out. Such as, I don't even know what Rita did with some of the parts to her food door and her water doors. She disassembled them, and I came out, and there she was looking out on top of her cage, looking at me. When I came out to let them out in the morning, yes. So they like figuring that stuff out. They're known to pick locks, figure them out. It's very, very interesting. You know, some of the other coloration you can see the red forehead, yeah, the red around her nares. You have to use big word terms. Nares are the nostrils. Just avian terms. And a lot of times their masks have the red feathers in them. But they do make good companions. I will say they are not legal everywhere. Military macaws were put on the endangered species list due to so little being in the wild, which for all the tree-hugging yuppies out there, military macaws in the United States that are pets have no effect on the wild macaw population. It has been legal to bring in a wild parrot or import a parrot since the 70s. Wild-caught parrots are illegal. Nobody will take them in. Nobody will sell them because wild-caught parrots are a whole different ballgame and are very hard to tame and few can be handled. It takes a lot of work and a professional to be able to deal with a wild thing. The only parrots that really can be imported are stuff like English budgies, which in the US we call parakeets, but technically aren't. But you need to know where you live, if it is what they declare a safe or not safe state. I live in Missouri. Missouri is a not safe state. So Rita can't go back and forth across state lines. You can't buy or sell a military macaw, a blue throat, a bouffant, anything like that across state lines in Missouri. Some states will confiscate your military macaws. Some of these tree-hugging yuppies have been dumb enough to get them to take people's pets and then release them in the wild and the birds die. So just so you know, you need to know the laws where you live if you plan on having a military macaw, because there are some states you can't, or there's a lot of paperwork. So do understand that. Do also understand captive macaws in the U.S. have been bred here for decades, there's not a wild caught bird brought into the U.S. legally that will be sold anywhere. The only place you're getting those are at the flea markets on the borders, where they bring them over the border from South America and Mexico. And a lot of times these birds will be yellow because they dip them in bleach because they're considered lucky birds. You get anywhere else reputable, away from those little corner shops, flea markets, you're not going to find anything smuggled in. Let alone it's very dangerous, and I think it's like 70% of all birds they try smuggling and die. Yes. So, but actual military macaws population has declined due to deforestation. Their breeding areas have decreased so much, there's massive inbreeding, which is bad for the young. So they were putting on the endangered species list, which in turn, for those of us who own military macaws, it can and does create a hassle in some aspects. Same goes if you got a blue throat, a bouffant, which a bouffant's, if you don't know parents, a bouffant looks like a giant military macaw. But they are very good. Yeah, and there are ways you can have them. Just check your states. Your regulations. I'm sorry, I had a down feather in my ear and it was driving me up a wall. Yes, I got one of your feathers in me. You're looking at me like that. What? But they do make great birds. Like I said, extremely intelligent. They like to observe. They like to see what's going on. They are not very destructive. They can be, but I've never met a military that was a beaver. Which, in bird terms, that's a bird that will destroy anything and everything. So, give you an update, give you an idea if you're looking at macaws, a little bit more than personality. Like I said, these guys are laid back, they're easygoing. She hangs out in the studio with me. She will play guitar with me. So, but just give you a little insight. That way you can get to know if you're thinking about getting a parrot. You can see from my videos, and I can give you from my experience firsthand. It's what to look for. Have any questions, feel free, leave them in the comment section. If I can't answer them, I will try and help to direct you to someone who can. If you dig my videos, like, subscribe, share, check out my music. It's you can go FreedomAndForgiven anywhere on the internet. www.freedomandforgiven.net. It's what covers for the videos and paying the bills and everything else that gives me the opportunity to do this. And it's what helps take care of these guys. So make sure you check that stuff out. Until next time, never give in, never give up. Peace.